Alright, so we want to do the registration section now. To make it faster for us, let's just copy what we have in login section and we'll just do some adjustment to it. So let's go to the register page. So the register page, let me just copy and paste and then do some adjustment. So here will now be register section. Now this one will be register. This will be register. And the other thing we need to do here is to now put this text boxes, these input boxes, to put it in a row such that I have label by the left and I have text box by the right. So I'm going to have a div now. I'm going to wrap this. So let me just first of all even create this first. Let me just add one that I will call name. So let me just call one name. Let me call another one phone. So let me give this one, let this one be name. So here will be name and this will be name. This one will be, let's say we make this one to be, let's say we call, instead of username we call it email. We call this one email. We call this one email. Password will still remain as it is. Then here we can call this one phone. We can call this one phone. Then call this one phone and call this one phone. Now if we take a look now, let's just preview it. We'll take a look. So this is it. So then this button here will now change to register. But now the next thing we need to do now is to put everything, to bring in label and bring in label. Arrange it in a row. So I'm going to create a div. I'll wrap everything within a div. So I'm going to say div. I'll give it a class. So let's give it a class of row. I'll call this row. Then I'm going to put this one here. So I'm going to have a label. So let's have a label. So this one now will be name. So will be name. So I can copy this. Put it in this one too. Wrap everything within a div. Wrap this other one within a div too. So and the other one, which is this password section, I also wrap this password section within a div. Then my submit button, I can also wrap it in a row. So let's wrap it here with a row and close it here. So now the next thing, now if this one is name, then this one here will be email. So we have email here. Then this one here will be phone. This one will be password. We don't need label for submit. There's no need to have something there. So let's take a look. So we see it's there this way. Now we want to style it such a way that it's going to be arranged in rules. So let's go and style our rule. Now we go back to our CSS and we have the styling for our rule. So let's have our row styling. So our row, the styling is so short, so we call it a row. So we call this one row. So let's just take a look. We have not done the styling before, so no styling for row. So let's go. So we have row. So we have display. Display is flex. Then flex direction, so that it's going to be horizontal. We call it row. Then align item, we give it center. So if we take a look, so we see now the next thing is to style our label so that the thing can have uniformity. So we give our label. So our label, we give it a uniform width. All of them will have a uniform width of 200 pixels. Then we give it a padding. to have the same padding with our input, 20 pixels, so they will be of the same size. Then we have the margin top. That's also what we have for our input, 20 pixels. Let's take a look. So here we have already done the styling such that the label is on the left side and the text box is on the right side. Now we need to handle responsiveness. So if I right click, for example, if I right click, it should be responsive. So if I right click, I want it to be responsive such that the label will be on top and the text boxes will be at the bottom. So to do that, we go back to our coding, go back to our CSS and do media query. Media query will handle the section for mobile responsiveness. So we come here, I will say at media only screen, and give it a maximum width, let's say 780 pixel. Then put it in curly braces. So those things we want to control. The first thing we want to control is the wrapper. So we have our wrapper. So our wrapper should be, the width should be 100%, so that there will be no restriction. 100%. Because if we look at our wrapper initially, we go up, we can check our wrapper. Our wrapper will give it 800 pixels. We can even increase it here and make it 900 or 950 pixels. So if you take a look, it expands. Now let's check. Let's go back. So let's control. The next one we want to control is the row when it is responsive, so that the label will be at the top, then the inputs will be at the bottom. So we are going to do that. So we are going to style the row. So for our row, flex direction, control the direction. The flex direction will be column instead of it being row. Then the margin, now we don't want margin. The margin we give, we now turn the margin to be 0 pixel. That's 0 pixel. Then the label too, we also need to style the label so that the label would occupy the entire space. So we have label. So our label now, the width will be 100%, and the margin top, can give it a margin top of 0 pixel. We remove the margin we give it initially, then we also remove the padding we give it initially, 0 pixel. That's for mobile responsiveness. Then for our input, yes, for our input too, we want to reduce the style we give it. So we give it a margin of 0 pixel. I think that's okay for now. So let's see. So if I check now, coming, if I check from here, so let me just cut this here, copy, let me try it here. So let's inspect. Our media query is not activated. So let me see. This is the beginning. This media query. Media only screen. Let's see what's happening here. So media only screen. Media only screen. Maximum width. So let's check. Okay, it's working now. So we can see as I'm dragging it, do you see that it's adjusting? So it's responsive. So if we check it on mobile, it's responsive. So we are good to go. I think that's okay for now. So